and welcome to your mat. My name is Stacey, and by popular request from some friends, I'm offering a special class today for those days of your week that it may seem that yoga alone is not enough. So for today's practice, you may wish to have with you a yoga block if you have one, and a beverage of choice. So that can be water, it can be wine, tea, beer, a mixed drink, whatever you so choose. I don't have enough followers, so I'm not allowed to advertise, and thus I am drinking miscellaneous grape beverage today. I do not recommend taking shots for this class, just given the number of cues for beverage. If you do choose to do that, it is at your own risk. And just let me know in the comment section how far you get. You can go ahead and get what you need for your practice, and I'll meet you in seated position on your mat. From your seated position, we'll just start to take a few gentle rotations with the upper body. In both directions, just waking up the spine. Land in the center. We'll take a few cat and cows with a big breath in, draw the heart forward and up, tailbone reaches behind you as you gaze up to the sky. On an exhale, cat-like back, scoop your tailbone around into the spine, look to the belly. Big breath in, cow back, heart comes forward and up. Exhale, rounding to the back body, gaze to the belly. Find your neutral spine, option to continue just like that or reach for your drink. This time, as we draw the heart forward and up, take a sip, look up. Exhale as you swallow, rounding to the back, look to the belly. Come forward and up, draw the heart up as you take a sip. And swallowing your drink, find your cat-like back. Take 3 more at your own pace. Landing in your neutral spine. Bring your glass, your can, your cup into your left hand. Bring the right fingertips onto the floor. Reach the left hand up towards the sky. Be very gentle here, mindful of your body. Being careful not to spill. Right fingertips to the floor, reach up and over to the left with your glass. Keep your left hip rooting into the mat. Find a side body stretch up the left side. Of course, you're going to want to keep the opening of your cup to the sky. Watching for spills. Keep breathing into the left side body. Keep the heart open to the room in front of you. Rise back up all the way. Sitting tall, little sip. With the glass in the left hand, bring it around to the right. Switch hands, take the glass in the right. Left hand you can't see right now because there's a linel in the way. Left hand to the right knee. Reach the right hand back behind you. Gaze over the right shoulder for a twist. Sit up nice and tall here. You can use the left hand on the right knee to deepen your twist a little bit, but never being forceful. As you gaze over the right shoulder, great opportunity for a secret sip in behind. No one can see. Keep breathing. Come back through center. Bring your glass with you, set it out in front. And if you're sitting cross-legged, we're going to start to fold forward. You can always come into cross-legged if you weren't there, maybe sitting up onto a pillow or a block for some added height. Just taking note of which foot is in front. We're going to switch that up later. And start to fold forward, maybe resting on the elbows. You can always bring a block beneath your arms for some added height. It also comes in handy, works like a little table. In which case you can just use a straw if you like. And from this folded over position, just giving your lower body a chance to settle in, taking sips whenever you like. It's available at all times. Knowing that at any time throughout your practice, you're welcome to pause, go refill, and come on back to join in when you're ready. Keep your tailbone reaching away from the top of your head, the heart melting forward. Rise back up all the way. Sit tall. If the legs are crossed, we're now going to cross in the opposite direction. So whichever leg is in front, you're going to bring the opposite leg in front of that one. Or choose whichever comfortable seated position works for you. And take a few gentle rotations, upper body. In both directions. Find your center. Your hands are going to reach out in front of you, palms face one another. Left hand comes beneath the right arm. Direct the right arm across your body over to the left. The palm is facing the rim behind you. Keep the right shoulder drawn back into the joint. And see if you can keep the right arm straight, roughly parallel with the floor below. As much as the right fingertips are drawn to the left, the right shoulder is pulling itself to the right. And slowly release that side, give the arms a little roll. We'll move through the opposite side. Arms extend long, palms face one another. Right hand comes beneath the left. Direct the left arm over the body to the right. Gonna keep those drinking arms nice and strong, nice and healthy. Working on stretching out through the shoulders and upper back. Keep your shoulders stacked over the hips. Using your right hand as a little bit of traction, drawing the left arm over to the right. The left shoulder is firmly rooted in its joint. Slowly release. Shoulder roll both directions. Reach for your drink with the right hand, maybe a sip as you bring it in close. Left hand comes down to the mat. Be mindful of the opening of your cup. Reach up towards the sky and over to the left. Gaze can be forward or up at the sky. Right hip is firmly rooted. Slowly come back through center. Little sip. Bring the wine glass, the cup, the can over to the left. Switch hands. Right hand onto the knee, left hand comes behind you. Gaze over the left shoulder, sit up tall. Great opportunity for that secret sip over the shoulder. Making sure not to round through the back body as you sit in this twist. Back through center, little sip. Cross the legs if they're not already crossed in your opposite position. Start to fold forward. Lowering your heart towards the floor, lengthening through your back body. Taking sips whenever you like. I think you felt crowded. Remembering that this is your practice, you can come out at any time. You could just be sitting in a chair, drinking along with me. Maybe you prefer not to drink alone. You don't have to practice at all. Rise up all the way. Take a little shoulder roll, a little circle with the upper body, whatever movement your body is asking for. Place your drink at the top of your mat, and we're going to come to land in a tabletop position. So pivot yourself onto your hands and knees, shoulders over wrist, hips are over the knees. From this position, we're going to extend the left leg long behind you. Take your drink in the right hand. From here, extend the right arm long in front of you. Find your balance. Be careful not to spill. Left leg lifts, extended long behind you, reaching through the heel. Take a big breath in, find some length, active belly here. Bend the right elbow, draw it in, take a sip, look up. On your next exhale, draw the left knee in towards the elbow, cat leg back. Big breath in, extend the right arm, left leg long. Bend the right elbow first, bring in your cup, take a sip. Exhale, left knee meets the right elbow, cat leg back. One more time, reach it long. Bend the right arm, take a sip. Left knee, right elbow, rounding through the back, gaze to the belly. Extend it long. Lower the left toes first. Lower your glass to the front of your mat. Bring the right hand to the mat to join the left. The right knee is still on the mat, left toes are tucked. Tuck your right toes, keep the right knee, right toes touching the mat at first. Start to lift your tailbone high, right knee is gonna lift, toes stay on the floor. Bring the right knee towards your nose. So you're coming into almost a dog pose, downward facing dog. The right knee's reaching in towards the nose. Tailbone lifts high. Come back forward, right knee to the mat. Press firm through the left heel, looking for a stretch at the back of your left calf. It's as if you're trying to step the left foot down onto the mat. Keep pressing firm through the left heel. You can play with the weight on the big toe mound, pinky toe mound of the left foot. See where you feel the stretch most. Shift your weight forward. Turn your left toes to face the left side of the room. Bend the left knee, step forward, top left corner of the mat first. Take as many steps as you need to get there. And then heel toe your left foot through center. Lower yourself into a low lunge. The right leg can be extended as long behind you as you like, with as much or as little bend as you need, as long as you're feeling a stretch at the front of the right thigh. If you'd like for this practice to be a little more strengthening, you can tuck the toes, lift the knee, rise up all the way. But presuming it's been a long week since you're choosing this practice over my others, go ahead and keep that knee lowered if you like. Just take a few minutes in your lunge, maybe grabbing for your drink, have a sip or two. Making use of the props you have available makes a great table. And bring the left hand to the inside of the left foot. Ground down to the left hand on the floor or on a block. Take your drink in the right hand, take a sip on the way. Be mindful of the opening as you reach the right hand up towards the sky. Gaze up. Great idea to look up just to make sure you're not spilling all over your mat and floor. My great beverage will stain, so I gotta be extra careful. Strong arms here, stay active. Slowly windmill the arm back down. Being aware of your body, mindful movements. Right hand to the floor. Left hand frames the left foot. Start to walk the hands back, option to bring your drink with you. Come up onto the heel of the left foot, toes on the left foot, draw towards your face. The right hip is reaching back towards the right heel, not necessarily trying to sit on it, just looking for a stretch up the back of the left thigh. Making sure that it's not the left hip coming to the right heel. We're not shifting the hips over to the right, keep them center and neutral. The left hip is reaching to the back of the room, as if you're trying to drag the left heel across your mat. You can pause here, stay in stillness, or you can take a sip. And then walk yourself back forward, find your low lunge. Hold the lunge. Great opportunity if you need. Refill your glass. One more big breath here. Shift your hips back. Slide the left foot back to meet the right. Whatever transition works for you, find your tabletop. Gentle sway of the hips from side to side. Let that go. Big toes come to touch, knees go wide. Send your hips back, child's pose. Lower your forehead onto the mat. At any time that you start to feel yourself overwhelmed by what's going on around you, as yoga teachers often say, choose to come into child's pose at any time. This posture can be very soothing, calming to the nervous system. So you just go ahead in the middle of your work week, your day, your trip to the grocery store, driving in your car, and you take that child's pose whenever you need. Even if people look at you strange. I, of course, will not be held responsible for the consequences of that action. Take pride in knowing that you took that moment for yourself when you needed it. Slide yourself back forward. Find your tabletop. From the tabletop position, you're going to take your glass in the left hand, optional sip as you move through. Extend your left leg long to the back of your mat, toes are tucked, landing on the ground. Just kidding, the right leg. And with the right leg extended long, take the glass in your left hand. Extend the left hand long in front of you. Find your balance, active belly here. Start to lift the right toes. Really lengthening from the left fingertips to the right heel. Draw your glass in towards you, take a sip, look up. On your exhale, draw the right knee in towards the left elbow, cat leg back, and look to the belly. Extend long, don't spill your drink. Bring your glass in, take a sip. Right knee, left elbow, rounded back. Extend the leg long, extend the arm long, find your balance. One more time. Drink comes in. Right knee will follow. Extend them long. Lower the right toes first. Lower your glass onto your block or onto the floor. Left hand finds the mat. Right toes are tucked. And tuck your left toes as well. With the left knee starting on the floor, start to send your tailbone high. Lift the left knee, draw it into your nose for a bent knee downward dog. Reaching the right heel to the mat, the tailbone to where the ceiling meets the wall behind you. Find your breath. Lower your left knee onto the mat, tabletop. The right leg is extended long. From here, we're going to press firm through the right heel. Look for that stretch up the back of the right leg. Play with the weight on the big toe mound, pinky toe mound of the right foot. Shift your weight forward. Right toes face the right side of the room. Start to bend the right knee, step forward as many steps as it takes to get to the top of your mat. And then we're going to heel toe the right foot in towards the center. Framing it with your hands. Left leg extends long behind you as much or as little bend as you need. Take a few minutes to settle in, holding in stillness, maybe taking a drink. The wider your stance is here, the better your balance is going to be. Depending on what you're drinking, you start to feel a little bit wobbly. Widen your stance, maybe keep the hands on the floor at all times. Square up your hips. Bring the right hand to the inside of the right leg. Fingertips on the floor or onto a block. Pick up your glass in the left hand, take a sip. Start to open your heart up to the left side of the room. Be mindful of your glass, reach the hand up towards the sky. Gaze can go up. Keep equal weight on the big toe mound, pinky toe side of the right foot. Maybe pressing the right inner thigh, the right knee in towards your arm for support. Slowly windmill your left arm back behind you. Draw it forward. Great time for a sip. Lower your glass. Left hand finds the floor, frame your front foot. Walking back, just your hands, or option to bring your drink with you. Send your hips back towards your heel. Come up onto the right heel, right toes draw towards your face. Remembering here that it's the left hip coming towards the left heel, not the right hip. The right hip crease is reaching to the back half of your mat, as if it's dragging the right heel with it, but the right heel is firmly rooted. Keep that deep flex in the ankle, right toes are drawn towards the right shin, looking for a stretch up the back of the right leg. Choose stillness, choose a drink, whatever your body is asking for. Walk yourself back forward. Lower your glass. Land in your low lunge. Take a few breaths here, a few sips, whatever you choose. Bring the right hand to the inside of the right foot. Shift your right foot back towards the other. Tabletop pose. Gentle sway of the hips from side to side. Big toes come to touch, knees go wide apart. Send your hips back, child's pose. Lengthen through the back body. Let your hips grow heavy. Maybe let this one be a little more passive by relaxing the arms, settling them into the mat, softening through the shoulders. Gentle rock of the forehead from side to side. Find your way back up through tabletop. We're going to come to finish our practice in a seated position. The legs extended wide into a V shape. Option to sit up onto a folded towel, a blanket, or a yoga block. Bring your drink, maybe a yoga block out in front of you. Give the legs a little bit of a wiggle. Releasing through the ankles, let the toes fall heavy wherever they choose. Letting the legs go completely passive. We're going to start to fold forward. First, we'll be a little more active with our fold, finding length through the spine. Take an opportunity to have a sip of your drink. Maybe you finish the entire thing. Folding forward, lengthen through the spine, and then let your entire upper body go passive. Soft legs, rounding through the back body. Let your head fall heavy, maybe supported by a block if you have one. Where can you find softness? Where is your body holding onto effort? Where is it clenching, gripping, flexing? On the exhale, soften it. Let go of that effort. Turn your palms to face the floor, walk yourself back up. Be mindful of your glass, slide your legs together. To give you circles with your ankles, let go of any tension that may have developed. We'll lower back down onto our backs. Settling your back body into the mat, send the feet and arms wide away from your body, preparing for Shavasana, your final resting pose. Maybe you offer the eyes the opportunity to close with the gaze soft behind the eyelids. Relax the face, the jaw. Letting go of the effort in fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. The arms, the legs, both left and right, begin to release, to let go and to relax. Feel your entire back body supported by the floor beneath you. Take a long breath in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Big breath in, find some space in your body. As you exhale, find some softness. Big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Each breath in is your body's invitation to take up space. Each breath out melts you deeper and deeper into your mat, this newfound sense of relaxation. Whether that is through practice or through your beverage of choice, hold on to that sense of peace and calm that you've cultivated here on your mat today. Thank you for playing along with me. I hope you did so safely, at home, and responsibly. It is with such gratitude that I join you here in practice today and always. Namaste.